Hello, everyone. I hope you can join me today. It's been a while since I did a video. Well, I did a video um, last week about the coronavirus. My breathing got kind of bad, so I had to stop doing the video. My breathing is a little better today. Every day is a different day. I went outside and started walking, trying to get some exercise because they wanted me to get some fresh air and walk a little bit. But one day I went out in the rain, so that didn't really help much. So back to when I first found out, I was saying that, some of the symptoms that I had about the taste, the smell, the bathroom. The bathroom incident only happened once. But I remember also I slept. One time I slept all day. I mean, it was just sleep, sleep, maybe drink, then sleep some more. But that's all I did was sleep because it causes you to be so tired. Your body is just tired. Your mind is just tired. You can't think nothing. Maybe just to get up and go to the bathroom, but you didn't have to do that much um, because you wasn't eating or drinking. So my breathing got real bad. Um, yeah, my breathing got real bad. So I ended up in the hospital about 2 or 3 days after I found out that I had it. So I went to the hospital because my oxygen level, come to find out, was only at 88, and um, they wanted to be 100, but mine was 88. So I ended up in the hospital. But let me tell you what happened first before I even went to the hospital. I went to the ambulance came. The ambulance had to come and pick me up. My children were here. When they checked my oxygen level, it was in the 90s when they checked it. But come to find out, I don't know if they was reading wrong, their machine was messed up. I don't know, but it was only 88. It might have been 80. Yeah, I think it was 88 or just a little bit lower than 88. But anyway, they checked it and they wanted to take me to this one hospital. So I said I go. They just checking my oxygen levels or just checking just to see. But when I say they brought me in on the stretcher. So I went in this waiting room, and in this waiting room it looked like the lobby. It looked like the lobby at the front of the hospital. So I was just sitting there. Mind you, I'm in my pajamas. I was sitting there, and my children were outside. I said, y'all, I've been standing in here too long. Nobody has come out this door to even register me to know that I'm here at the hospital. So I said I'm getting ready to walk out. I didn't want to be at that hospital anyway. So I told my daughter I'm going to walk out, and y'all can take me to another hospital. So I got out, and I got in. She pulled up, so we went to another hospital, and that's where they checked my oxygen level and seen that it was so low. So they told me they was keeping me overnight just to check, and my oxygen level wouldn't go up. So they put me on oxygen while that night that I came into the hospital. So some of these things is hard for me to remember. So some things I'm trying to remember. So got to was in there. So they end up moving me upstairs, and oh man, it was terror. Not from the hospital, but for me, it was so hard because it almost I don't know how you say it, but it was almost like I lost my mind because I couldn't think, I couldn't remember. Um, my children were calling, and so this was the next day because it was real late at night. So the next day, once everybody found out that I was staying, later on that night, and I sweated a lot. And when I say I sweated so much. I just sweated. I didn't even know to get up and ask somebody to bring me another gown. So there's one particular night I was my mind was gone. No, my mind wasn't gone. My mind was just baffled. It was just baffled. I couldn't think enough to get up. For some reason, there was already another gown in my room. Um, so I couldn't think enough to get up and change it. It was just so hard. I remember laying there in the bed. I don't, it was so weird. And it happened to me the other night. Um, it was like um, you counting in a circle or something. It was just so weird. You counting like, okay, if when I get to the top of this bottle of lotion, I'm gonna count and I'm gonna count till I get to the top of this bottle of lotion. And when I get to the top of this bottle of lotion, then I'm gonna get up. Well, I could never count to get to the top of the bottle of lotion because something else would come in my mind and then I would get distracted. So I went through that one night. It just forever. It just forever. And so what ended up happening, I had enough sense and enough strength to call my sister. When I called my sister, she didn't answer. So she called me back. So she said, Cindy, what? She called me back. She said, Cindy, what's going on? I said, I need you to come help me. No, I need you to help me because I'm sweating real bad and I got to get out of this gown. And she said, Cindy, I can't come up to the hospital. I said, no, I need you to talk to me and help me. Just help me get out of this gown because I couldn't get out. I couldn't lift myself up. I couldn't think enough to lift myself up out of the bed, put my feet on the floor, grab my gown, and go to the bathroom and change it. So she had to walk me step by step by step. So she said, what are you doing? I said, I'm laying down. She said, can you get up? And I said, don't leave me. I said, after you tell me that, don't leave. Don't leave. Just stay on the phone with me until I get finished. And she said, okay. So when I sat up in the bed, the cord, I don't know if the oxygen cord, but some cord was still wrapped around. No, no. She told me to push the button for the nurse. Well, I got so frustrated because I couldn't find the call button for the nurse that I just started screaming. And she said, why are you screaming? I said, I don't know. I don't know why I'm screaming. So I sat up. I ended up getting up. So she said, okay, what are you doing now? She said, are your feet on the floor? She said, are your feet on the floor? Put my feet on the floor. She said, okay, where's your gown? She said, okay, what are you doing? Okay, go ahead, get up, walk, get your gown. But she would tell me step by step. And every time she told me something, she would say, what are you doing? I said, I'm walking. She said, okay, keep walking until you get to the bathroom. She said, what's around you? I would tell her what was around me because the bathroom is in your room. So I had to walk to the bathroom. So she said, okay, you in the bathroom? I said, yes, I'm in the bathroom. Mind you, I probably could have stayed out there because it wasn't nobody else in my room. So I walked to the bathroom, got in the bathroom. She said, okay, now what gown do you have? Do you have the dry one? And do you have you still got my other one that was soaked? And when I say it was soaked, you probably could have wrung it out. That's how soaked it was because I was sweating so bad. But she walked me step by step by step. And I'm not for sure how long it took, but mind you, it was dark time when I called her, and it might have been like five. I think it was like five something in the morning, if I can vaguely remember. So she stayed on the phone with me, and that process took me almost to daylight. And cause she asked me what was outside my window, and I remember it being some flowers, some rose bushes or something that was outside my window because I was in the center court of the hospital, so I could look out the window and see the flowers. And I remember telling her that the nurse told me, "You beautiful, just like those flowers are." So that process, I got back in the bed, and I got my gown, got myself together, and got back in the bed. And she said, "Okay, now go ahead back to sleep. Just go ahead and lay down and get your stuff some sleep." And back then, when I first got in the hospital, I could sleep. I didn't have a big appetite. It like takes your appetite. I mean, everybody is different, so it like took my appetite away. So I didn't have an appetite, so I couldn't eat. So so I got back in the bed and I laid there, and in a few more minutes or so, they come in to check your vitals. Every day they took blood. They took blood every single day. Um, and they always give you the blood thinner and just a plethora of medications that they give you to nothing for the virus itself, but just medication. Your regular medication, medication for your coughing, medication for your breathing, trying to keep your breathing under control. So, all right, that's all I can handle right now. It's very emotional talking about this because you hear of people that have died from the coronavirus. I'm gonna say this. I was talking to my son the other day, and he said, "Ma, such and such died," and he said it was like two people in their family that died from the coronavirus. And I was like, "God, you was good. You brought me out, and you still continue to bring me out." So I give God all the praise, the honor, and the glory that's due unto Him, and I'm so glad that I'm just even able to talk about this. So you be blessed, and I'll be back on another time.